Welcome back to wavetro Jinjo Gaming, talking to myself like a schizophrenic Superflight. Yay! And look at that, 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel with the, my actual wavetro. Holy fuck, dude. It's like after over a whole decade of YouTube. I think, yeah, I uploaded my first ever video like March 31st, 2010. Everything's happening in March. Shit, like, that's tomorrow. And I'm also getting a little more about that later. But, yeah, you probably noticed that, also, by the way, that the shitty mic is gone. That's because that mic is from a gaming headset, and lately it's been like, ooh, hit the portal, hit the portal, hit the portal. Mother, there we go. Lately, with that headset, it feels just really gross on my face wearing the pads on my ears for so long, so I decided to switch to a standalone mic and earbud setup so my fucking ears could breathe again, you know. It was just gross wearing headphones so much, so, rotting in front of the computer so much anyway, like a lot of people my age right now. Oh shit, fucking, why didn't I see that? Anyways, I got that giant list of stuff here that I want to go through as usual, and, timestamps in the description and all that shit, because, just me talking to myself, playing Superflight, the usual. Let's see, what's on this list right here? Oh yeah, my 10,000 subscribers video. I just want to say that thing is fucking garbage. Like, I could have at least turned on the light when I recorded that, on top of me being mumbly and not having prepared any words or anything, because, fucking 10,000 subscribers. I'm really happy it happened. I'm staring at that 10,000 subscriber plastic play button that I got sitting right there on my desk, and, I wish I said something more meaningful, and with the camera quality, that wasn't so dog shit, because it was really struggling, because it was a low light room. But whatever the case, I was like between classes, and yeah, and it's been busy, and that's also kind of why I haven't uploaded a Superflight video in a while. I thought I'd be doing these long ass videos monthly, but thing is, like, I've just been, it's just college mode. It's all my mind and all that shit, and I'll be going more into that later too. But yeah, I really wish I did a better 10,000 subscriber video. But still, after I hit 10,000 subscribers, something weird happened. You know that boy shit post I made that, like, 2Mad found, and then 2Mad and Pyrocynical started using it in their videos for a bit, and then everyone started reposting it everywhere, which, by the way, I want to clarify, I love it that that's happening, and I don't want people to go out of the way to be like, oh, they didn't give you credit, or they didn't ask your permission, to which I say, it was a 2-second shit post. Don't worry, it's fine. I like, if it was like a Stickmen 2020 video, I'd be a little more upset, like, like the Pigeons one. That's like an it depends situation, depending on how that was reposted. But for the most part, even the Pigeons reposts have been fine, right? But yeah, for whatever reason, after I hit 10,000, YouTube thought, hey, to celebrate, we're gonna start just showing this when you stub your toe shit post to, like, all these people, and now it went from, like, video went from, like, 30,000 views, and now it's at, like, 200,000, and that was, like, in, like, the past week, to which I say, what the fuck? That's also brought in, like, 3,000 new subscribers. What the shit? And at the time of recording this, it still hasn't slowed down. So I guess, hey, thank you, YouTube algorithm, for the 11 years on YouTube anniversary present, I guess. And yeah, but I haven't really been able to absorb the fact that the channel's blowing up, specifically because I'm not even blowing up for, like, Stickmen 2020. It's for, like, some dab boy shit post, and it also makes me a little sad because I wish it happened closer to when I can return to YouTube, which is in, like, 2022, if you didn't know, right? Because I'm 2021 this year. I'm the wavetro channel's kind of on hiatus while I have to figure out my other life shit, which I've said a million times before, but it doesn't hurt to say things a million times before. Some people haven't even heard it, like, the first time. Ah, shit. How did I fucking get caught in that stupid plant? Oh my fucking god. Oh wait, what am I doing? Let's get a custom map going. We'll call it 10K. 10,000 wavetro. There we go. There we go. Celebratory map. It's green and depressing. Nah, whatever. But yeah. Thank you for all the new people that are coming in who, like, find me through the Dab Boy video and then go watch Stickmen 2020 and then stick around. And extra special for the, like, 20 of you that somehow also found this second channel you're staring at right now. Yeah. And yeah, I got a lot of nice comments, and, the weird spike of 3,000 subs all of a sudden. It's nice. I mean, I'm not, like, over the fucking moon because my emotions are so repressed lately with all the shit I still have to worry about this year, and given my deadline of I have until 2022 to, like, stop diverting energy away from the wavetro channel, and into like figuring out my life and how I'm gonna make a living and shit when I graduate college this May, which well, I'm not gonna get into college this video. That's a whole can of worms, but yeah. Anyways, what else is here? Still in the intro section. Shit. Yeah, old headset was greasy as shit. Everything's happening in March, you know, kind of weird. 10,000 subscriber, and then blowing up all within like my anniversary month of, you know, March of when I started YouTube. Oh yeah, sorry about like. It's technically been almost 2 months since my last Superflight video, and I should have posted it sooner. But honestly, I've just been having such a shit time with like. Oh, it's actually in this next bullet point. I've really had shit time management lately. I don't want to go into it too much, but people say that adults are constantly like you get really busy all of a sudden and all this shit. And obviously I noticed that, right? It's like saying, oh, look at all the stuff I could do for the next Superflight video. I can't wait to record that. But then I keep telling myself I'm gonna need like a good 2 or 3 hours to like set that aside. So let me wait till I clear out like my homework, and then. The problem with like doing that is that as soon as you clear out your university homework, it's like, oh, cool, you finished. Here's some more. Keep going, and it's like an infinitely regenerating pile. And at some point, you have to tell it to fuck off and like have some of it get out of the way. But basically, my point being is that I keep trying, especially because I keep trying to do things like, oh, I should do a little 3D, but I need like a good hour or two so I have time to do it. And the thing is like, I have to stop doing this thing of like thinking that I need like a good hour or two to get into something, or just practice something, or just brush up on something, or do something. Like even fucking 10 minutes is enough. I just gotta start doing it more often, you know. Like I haven't touched 3D in a long time, and it'll take me a while to like forget everything I learned, obviously. But I am like losing my edge as I do that. So yeah, it's on me. It's my fault that I did not post Superflight video sooner of me talking to myself for an hour, right? I had no excuse, even though I thought I did. And yeah, because of that, I also had a giant pile of Superflight stuff, and I had to like axe half of it because so much was like backed up. And so today I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm not gonna fucking do my homework. If I have to stay up late for that again, like I did with Stickmen 2020, sure. All right, let me just get this fucking Superflight video out. My fucking, you know, it's March, like I said, the special month for YouTube anniversaries and whatever that shit. So I'm just gonna just record it today, right? And have that list, which I have here. And yeah. Thought I'd do it earlier, to be honest. Be like first thing in the morning, and it's 4:37 p.m. on a fucking Tuesday. Anyways, let's just get a different map going. There we go. Ooh, it's a tall one. Nice. Okay. Let me see if I can. Let me crash first. I gotta see what's on this piece of paper, or maybe I can look at my peripheral vision. Hang on. Let me see here. Gaming, 10,000 subs. The video was shit. Lots of nice comments, spike of subs. Everything seems to happen in March for some reason. 11 years of YouTube tomorrow. Oh, didn't see that. My bad. Adults are always busy, but I genuinely have shitty time management. Yeah, the thing I want to end off on that is like, growing up, it's not really that lame. It's just the fact that people, when you grow up, seem to forget, like, you know, the fun. Maybe if like you want to stay fun like, as a kid or something, or like you want to like, you know, not be boring. It's just a matter of you have to just start being more diligent about fighting to have time for fun things like games and stuff, and not being like, I don't deserve the game, or I don't have enough, I can't set enough of a large enough chunk of time for this game or hobby or whatever else. I don't deserve it. I gotta be an adult and working. You don't have to put yourself through that. Just like lower the standards for how much time you need to like do something, and just try to do it as often as you can and all that shit. Right? Because sometimes I don't think I'm much of adult, even though I'm like turning 22 this year, and it's like, oh, I still like fucking chicken fingers like a little tendy fucker I am. Not tendy fucker. I don't fucking, God, where would I even? I don't know. I wouldn't put a chicken tender there, but yeah, I'm just like fucking. Oh, I love my McDonald's. Ooh, I love my fucking Chick-fil-A. Well, Chick-fil-A wasn't around when I was a kid, but yeah, you get the whole point about like, you know, being a kid and adulthood and all that shit. You know? Adulthood is just literally if you wanna keep your life fun, you just have to work a little harder to organize and shit. I hope that all came out on this new mic. I mean, it's not a new mic, it's just like I'm using a different mic now that I'm not using a greasy ass headset, but because I leaned back there and I don't want to like getting all jumbled up and shit. To turn up your volume to just hear what I'm saying, because I'm mumbling fuck. Oh fuck, shit, what's wrong with the camera? Oh, there we go. Okay, back in control. And yeah, I think I got everything done in the intro. Oh yeah, the last thing I want to mention is that also, I'm cutting back. I cut half the stuff I want to talk about. Is also because I actually don't back these videos up. Like I back every single video I upload to YouTube on every channel ever, except for these Superflight videos because they're just so fucking long. But on the inevitable day where I have to, like. Obviously, if I get like suddenly deleted tomorrow, it'll be sad because I wouldn't have ever gotten to back it up or archive it or anything. But if I do have like one day getting a message from Google saying, "Hey, we're shutting you down, buddy, pack it up," and then I'd have to like go back and download these massive gigabytes of Superflight videos that I've not backed up before. Might as well make it a little easier for myself. And so yeah. Just keep that in mind. If I get like someone deleted one day, all these Superflight videos are gone. Unless somebody archives it, I don't know. Just so much fucking storage space you need, or the trouble of setting up another YouTube account or another Gmail for the YouTube account or whatever. Loop-de-loop. Ooh. Oh shit. Oh, can I make it through here? I did not. Okay. So that ends that section. That was just the intro. Oh, we got more to go through. Let's see the next timestamp here. Oh wait, last thing I want to say about hobbies. Oh wait. Well, actually, no. It was like a funny thing I want to intro like the hobbies section or like the adult time management thing section. I was gonna say hobbies. You have 5 you like, you pick 3 you want to try, and you end up trying to get 2 or 1, and the next thing you know, it's none or something. But whatever. Moving on. It's weird saying it like this because I don't like calling myself like the wavetro channel or saying wavetro separate from me because like the way I see the wavetro channel, I am like wavetro, right? That's me, the guy. Maybe my legal name is George, but I'm wavetro. But anyways, wavetro should not be my living and ever cost money, and my aversion to ads and sponsors. Okay, yeah. So lately I've been thinking about how like I attempted to make wavetro like after like figuring out for so long and finally hitting the ground running with Stickmen 2020 and last year and going, okay, this is it. This can be my job. Let's crack open the Patreon. Let's get this ball rolling. And then it turns out it's not. So what I've learned from that is just, okay, I really like doing stuff with wavetro, and it's basically my entire like I spent pretty much a majority of my life on that and shit like that. And it's basically who I am, and I don't want it to be like held back by commercial interest or something. I know it's like a stupid like, oh, capitalism bad, even though I'm a fucking capitalist. But the thing is like, what I've thought about is that I kind of want to keep like anything I ever make with wavetro, or just anything I make for myself, because that would then be under the wavetro name. So I just want it to be free, as in like not like free, ha, freedom, I'm a revolutionary, I'm so great. But I mean free as in you don't have to pay for it to see it. So maybe I put it on YouTube, right? But I don't put it on like behind a fucking Patreon paywall or something. Like anything I make, for that matter, is what I'm saying. But maybe if it was like a podcast or something, not like this. This is barely a podcast. Just me talking to myself while playing Superflight, like a schizophrenic. It's if it goes on Spotify, it's like, oh, that's still technically free, but you can also get a little money from it. It's like, okay, fine, sure, because you can't really turn off ads on Spotify, whereas on YouTube you can opt out of that, so I can ensure that people can watch my videos without getting hit with fucking NordVPN, ExpressVPN, TunnelBear, or whatever the fuck, right? Or fucking Squarespace, or Skillshare, or some shit. Fucking Skillshare, dude. We have YouTube tutorials that are all free online. Why do I need to fucking pay for Skillshare? Yeah, I don't give a shit about burning those bridges, though, because what I was getting into that is, yeah, I want my shit on that I make online to be just kind of like, free and, yeah, forever and all that shit, even though it sounds cheesy, because, truth be told, trying to do something with exclusivity like Patreon, saying, ooh, you can watch my main content here, but if you want the extra goodies, you can pay for my Patreon here. That shit just doesn't, like, do well with me, because I'm a horrible multitasker, and it's just draining to do exclusivity like that for what is supposed to be also, passion project, and can be, killed by also trying to turn a profit with it. Because, like I said, I kept trying to. It was really annoying to see myself make these meme videos and then somehow conjure energy out of fucking thin air to also make these exclusive videos. Or I could just take what limited energy I have and try to spread it across the exclusive videos and the main videos, which I hated doing that because then both of them would suffer. So fuck it. I can't do exclusivity, I'm just not going to charge people for anything. If I ever go back to Patreon, I'll just, leave it open. I won't have any perks. It's just, fuck it. I'll do just that tip jar. I know I said before, I don't want to have a Patreon that is just left there if I don't give anything in return. But at that point, I just have to start seeing it as what it is. It's just, like, the only thing that should be made off of wavetro are just donations in general, not, like, expecting like some sort of every single transaction of monetary value that has to do with wavetro has to have something in return, right? Well, and I guess for that matter, what could I could just substitute that thinking instead with, hey, just make everything free, and if people want to give you money, people want to give you money. So, yeah, kind of wish that clicked with me sooner, honestly. But still, you know, what's past is past. And which also goes into like some big change I want to do with my shop soon, but you know, that's for another time, right? And I don't think it's even that deep for a video. But basically, what I was thinking with my shop is, hey, when you go to like someone's merch shop and you buy something and you wear it, it's basically free advertising for that person. So I think at some point, just because it's also easier for like bookkeeping's sake, I might just have my shop where you can buy things, but I don't see a single penny of profit because you're just buying it so that you can literally give me free promotion as you walk around because you enjoy my stuff or whatever. And if you want me to give me money directly, yeah, then don't buy a shirt and just give me money directly. And yeah, that's what I want to do at some point. I said it wasn't that deep, and I was not going to talk about it. And I talked about it anyway, but whatever. Haven't done it yet though. There's too much setup and like fucking sales tax is a bitch to figure out. Like if I really want to just figure it out right away, absolutely ASAP, I'd have to fucking. It's just gonna be a bitch to like reset that whole thing up again. So I'll probably do it closer when I come back to YouTube. Anyways, where was I going? Oh yeah, so wavetro should not be my living. So yeah, the thing is like every time I looked into seeing any possible way I can make wavetro my living, it goes into like this really terrifying thought of monetary my personality, my being, into something that for selling things. Like, you know, obviously, here's the thing. I'm going to be totally shameless about this. I use ad blockers on everything, all right? I don't watch YouTube with ads. I don't watch Twitch with ads. I don't even watch Twitch if it makes me not look at the ads. Like, fuck Twitch. Shitty-ass website. And, I'll be shameless about it. Ads are a fucking nuisance, and I don't want that in my videos either. So, it'd just be hypocritical for me to turn them on to make money, because, you know, I hate them. Why should you have to watch them? I want people to watch my videos, and I also just want to pay the bills. I don't want to just make money in general. So obviously that's a no-brainer why I don't want ads. But then people tell me, why are you turning down sponsors? You should do that. Because I was like back in June when I was just setting up the Patreon and everything, and it was also intended for me to avoid sponsors, because that's also just that's even like an even worse version of my nightmare of just like saying, hey, here's someone. Oh wait, I am someone who you have built trust into, someone that's entertaining and funny. Now I'm going to sell you something that I don't really haven't really gotten a lot of time to try out myself, and yeah, I don't know. It's just really weird to just sell you something because like it's not even my thing, right? It's just some other random company that thinks you might have a vague interest in it, and like 9 times out of 10, any company that spends advertising has any budget in YouTube advertising probably has a competitor that's even better than that actual product that doesn't spend the money in advertising, which is why every time I see an ad for something that seems interesting, like, oh, look at that cool light-up Bluetooth speaker, I'd instead just go buy its competitor because it's cheaper, because they didn't spend their fucking money on the YouTube advertising. And at that point, it's like, oh, you gotta support the YouTube, to which I say, just fucking donate to the YouTuber, right? So, fuck ads, fuck sponsors. But the thing is, like, where was I going? Yeah, so sponsors are just kind of bloated with shitty products, and like literally, if you see something you like at a sponsor, just go get their competitor. And there's only very few exceptions I've seen to this, like on a Linux channel, I've seen like Linode, L-I-N-O-D, just some stupid, not stupid, but it's just nerd shit of like, if you want cloud hosting for your Linux or whatever, it's like, okay, yeah, I guess that's super niche, I guess, if you get away with that. Or maybe there's like some one thing that you really enjoyed. Like, maybe you do like Skillshare and think it's actually useful, then yeah, okay, you can have a pass. But you know for the most part that no one's ever bought Raycons and thought, I love Raycons. I love them even if they didn't support my favorite YouTuber. You know, there's a lot of mostly dog shit when it comes to sponsors. And only fucking drooling children have downloaded a mobile game ad, let's be honest. But yeah, I can't. The thing is, though, I have to start coming to reality with my fear of ads and sponsors and whatever I do to make money, because, you know, I want to move out of my parents' house. I want to get the fuck out, and I'm leaving this money on the table by having this integrity, which I'm okay with, but there's only so much far I can go. Like, for example, I can lean into my paper. Let me look at my paper here. Hang on. Yeah, I've been learning to respect people who do sponsors a little bit more, because people are not stupid, right? They can separate a creator from the ad or sponsor they're doing. You know, it's thinking like, oh yeah, this ad or this guy is like, you know, this YouTuber I watch, because I watch a lot of other YouTube, pretend I'm like some YouTube viewer, is getting a sponsor. Oh, good for them, they're getting paid. I might not buy the thing, but, you know, maybe I'll sit through it or something for a little extra watch time, which, you know, I don't do. I have the fucking plugin that skips in video ad sponsors. Fuck that shit. But the thing is, like, why I used to not really respect it at all is just because I always approach my work as someone who's a complete outsider. Like, my YouTube channel tagline is videos that happen to be 3D. I make videos that aren't meant to hang on to one gimmick. I want to make my videos like stand on their own, like even outside of YouTube. Because if somebody who's never watched YouTube before watches a YouTuber's video and it has like this 2-minute sponsor, they're gonna be pissed off, saying like, this is fucking annoying. It's like TV. There's a commercial. I'm not watching this shit. And even though that's like super jaded, that's the viewpoint I take whenever I make my stuff. It's like, how do I make someone who's super jaded still enjoy what I make? Right? That's like a core philosophy to like what I do. And so, but I still have to learn that, like, hey, you know, a lot of people will still understand, right? There's, you know, there's a lot of people watch YouTube, and they won't like fucking go, oh, you sold out, oh, you got a sponsor, fuck you, right? I've started to just respect people more who, like, you know, do sponsors to pay the bills, because people, I mean, the YouTuber's fans can see that, hey, this product is not literally equivalent to the YouTuber, and if this product is shit, I'm not gonna give the YouTuber shit for it. Right? It's just, they're just trying to make money, and that's what I've learned to respect too. And on the off chance, this also goes into like how I was talking about last video, how I might be doxxed one day, because I thought like, I mean, well, I still think that if, God forbid, I actually get hired to work for someone else's YouTube channel, let's say I'm like a guy on Linus Tech Tips one day, I'm gonna have to accept the fact that I might have to do a sponsor reading or something. And I thought that was the most terrifying thing. Like, I never want to touch a sponsor reading in my life ever. But I think like what I should rephrase that as is, I should never touch a sponsor in my life on my own channel, right? Because that's terrifying. That's a fucking terrifying thought. Not if it's like, you know, someone else's fucking business. Because, you know, I just work there. It's not my passion project or anything. I'm not consciously choosing to interrupt someone's viewing experience of my video with a sponsor. That's just, you know, that's just part of that job. People will definitely understand that, right? I mean, I hope, right? I don't want to be like, if I'm like a Linus Tech Tips guy and like somehow it's like people know more about that than wavetro, and it's like, oh hey, you're the Linus always gets you to do the NordVPN ads. You're the NordVPN guy. That'd be fucking, that pissed me off. But you know, this is all hypothetical shit. Point being, I respected people who do sponsorships a little more, because I was being pretty irrational about it. Because, you know, I have this fucking lens of absolute jadedness with everything creative that I do. You know, it's got to stand on its own, like without context. Is this entertaining, right? Because it's like that one friend who tries to show you a YouTuber they're into, and it's like 20 minutes long, and you're not really getting into it, and then the sponsor comes on, and you're still not getting into it. But like, if you spend enough time around YouTube in general, and then come back to that video, you can like appreciate it a little bit more and all that stuff, right? I'm obsessed with like making my stuff work for like even a complete stranger. So yeah, I got no right to shit on people who have sponsorships for a living though. And yeah, maybe one day I might have to help someone with one. So yeah, whatever the case, I will absolutely never let it touch wavetro, right? Because, you know, I don't want to do it for money anymore. It's just going to be there for who I am. If I can't do it for money because I don't have the energy for doing exclusivity paywalls or whatever, and I fucking really can't do like commissions for well, it's actually me doing commissions is like a whole other can of worms that I will also not talk about in this video. I'm sorry, but that's like a long, like, I'm just really, even I confuse myself on my own thoughts on that with me and commissions. But yeah, that's a mess. And so if I can't do that, if I don't have energy to make Patreon exclusive stuff, and I don't want to sell out with ads or sponsors, then yeah, fuck it. Then it'll just be for fun then. And I always thought the most powerful people on YouTube are the ones who are successful on YouTube and don't even have it as their main job. And I figured, okay, if I look up to something like that so much, then let me try being someone like that. Let me try being someone who can literally never be held hostage to become more ad-friendly or corporate-friendly for the sake of my living, you know? And, yeah, I think that's the end of that. Let me see. Learning to respect a little bit more. Can't skip him forever, especially got a big channel. How I might be doxxed one day, yeah. Yeah, I already resolved those feelings of, yeah, someone's probably gonna find my full name at some point and maybe my face, and it's like, it's the internet. They're crafty motherfuckers. What can you do? And shit. Hang on, I need so much shit that I wrote on this piece of paper. Oh yeah, and the last thing to wrap up this point is, what if somebody came up to you, someone from Netflix or Hulu or Amazon came up to you and offered them a job of you creating a show for them, to which I would say no, but I would love to work on, like, you know, as a job, I'd love to work on someone else's show, but I don't want, like, my full name or, like, wavetro being printed onto the front of a TV show that's paywalled with Netflix or Hulu or Amazon, because, you know, then people either have to torrent, which is fine, right, or you have to pay for it to see it, and it's like, no, then that goes against everything that I've been learning about myself lately. You know, I want people to be able to see my shit without any sort of stupid fucking paywall. So, yeah, if Netflix were to come up, if someone were to tell me, like, I know a guy you can pitch the Netflix show to, I'd be like, hey, are you pitching a show? Do you have a friend who pitches a show? I'll help them pitch it. I don't want creator credit. I just want to help it as a job, because if I have creator credit on the Netflix or Hulu show, then that becomes like a part of all the work I've done as something that's inaccessible to a lot of people, which I don't want. Hey, I know starving kids in Africa don't have internet either, or some shit like that. No, I'm not budging at that point. I won't put ads on. I won't do ads or sponsors on wavetro. I will not create a show for Netflix or Hulu or whatever. I might, honestly, the shit that Meat Canyon does, where he just straight up gets Kickstarter to do it. That shit's big brain. I'd like to do that someday if I get big enough. And no, I would not do a Patreon with exclusive perks again. I just open it and say, hey, it's a fucking tip jar. Throw money at it if you want, but you won't get anything. All right. And in return, you can literally watch anything I ever make for free. You know, you don't have to. And then that thing with the shop with at some point I just want to make the shop where I don't profit from any of it, because you're literally paying for me to advertise myself on your clothes. If you want to support me directly, just donate. Right? It's easier. None of that stupid like, oh, you should do this sponsor thing for this YouTuber because it supports them. To just donate to them, man. I know there's a whole thing with chargebacks, but you know, there's I'll figure something out. Anyways, oh shit. Next timestamp. I even want to start giving out my old 3D models for free. Yeah, this is a big one. So this is a change of heart I've been having lately, because a lot of people have always asked me, hey, you know those old models from Robot Underscore? Could you give them to me? I want to make stuff with them. And I always went like, no, you might impersonate me or some shit. Like, ugh. Oh my god, you just want to make money off my hard work? What are you doing? Or some irrational shit like that. And to which I say, hey, I'm not really using some of this stuff that I put hours of work into, and someone else could use them, right? If they want to make money off of it, I mean, this doesn't go for characters, but maybe for like sets or like not character assets. Stop saying fucking characters, George. Like, you know, objects or environments that I don't use anymore. Like just some 3D stuff that, yeah, if I don't use it, someone else can, like, make money with it. Sure, yeah, go ahead, right? That's what I've been thinking lately, since I want to make everything for free and make everything I make free to watch, right? And it's like, okay, I might as well help people out who want to learn this stuff too, because, like, yeah, you know, if people are inspired by what I want to do, then shouldn't I help them also try to do the same if they're really, really into it? And you know what? Yeah, you're absolutely right. So, in celebration of the 11th anniversary of the first ever Cooler Now 123 video / Gogo's Crazy Bones stop motion, on the website robot.wavetro.net, that's robot.wavetro.net, if you go to the page for idiots.exe, which is a 3D animated Gogo's Crazy Bones TV show that I canceled, and was the whole reason I got into Blender, which I canceled anyway, which is sad. You can download the models for Angiru, Fist, and Cody for free, and the best part is you can use them for whatever you want. I made those models fucking public domain. The reason why is because use them at your own risk, because I don't own the character designs to Angiru, Fist, and Cody. Those belong to Magic Box International, the toy company that made them. But if you want to still try and make money with them, or make your own animated series with them, or just bring back Angiru, Fist, and Cody your own way with Blender 3D, the models are now there for free. So, yeah. Actually, why am I saying this fucking shit like I'm on the radio or something? I'll just put the link in the description. I hope I remember to put the link in the description. But yeah, I've started giving out some 3D models, and obviously that starts with my oldest 3D models of all, Angiru, Fist, and Cody, you know? So now you're thinking, oh, this is great, oh, this is so awesome, you're going to give away all this 3D stuff that you made that you don't need anymore. And what constitutes, like, stuff that you don't need anymore? How much of it do you want to give away? And at first, I thought, I'm just going to give away everything. You know, just fuck it. If I make something, I'll put it out there, you can download it too. But then I realized, especially recently with, like, the Dat Boy thing blowing up, and people, like, a lot of fucking piss babies who are upset with, well, not that many, but there's some who are, like, pretending, like, no, why do you want to take credit for this so badly? It's a fucking meme, bro, it's not that deep. Or, like, no, I made this, like, it's a fucking 10-year-old online or some shit. But, like, petty things like that, like, really tiny things, obviously you can just ignore them, right? And I don't mean people who are worried about me not getting credit. They have a right to worry, and I can tell you, you don't have to worry. It's a Dat Boy shit post, it's fine. But the thing is, like, there's some things, like, I still want to hold on to, so, like, they establish themselves as, like, my creation, so that way, when it gets used as a model again, people will know, oh yeah, you got that model from wavetro, not, you made this yourself? Whoa, right? So, that's why, at this time, I do not want to give away any models or 3D assets that are under the wavetro name. This includes Stickmen 2020, the Dat Boy model, and, whatever else. So those are, but the thing is I want to do is I want to make eventually everything free forever. Like at some point I will give out the Dat Boy model and the fucking the green Ruffman model, maybe the models for Smokey, and then if it's really like far into the future, not that far, I don't want to discourage you, but at some point in the future, yes, even maybe the Stickmen, even though you can, I always like it better when people recreate their own 3D model, the Stickmen, like Rhinus on my Discord server did, that shit was brilliant. But yeah, so you're thinking, what if you want to eventually make all the 3D models for free? What's the timeline looking for that? Like obviously when I die, all the 3D models will be like free out there if people are still using Blender 3D by then. But like for right now, at this moment, what constitutes something that you'd be willing to give away? And at this, and the bar I've currently set right now is anything from the robot underscore era and before. I mean, that's all there is. Like on my old YouTube channel, robot underscore, I have all these 3D models that I never used, and at some point I really want to just go through them, categorize them, update them to have like they're more usable for Blender now, and then just share them online for free, and then I'll put it in Creative Commons. Like you can just use them for whatever. You can make money with them. Sure, fuck it, I'm not using them, right? Go ahead. If you could somehow like take the fucking blue robot and like say, hey, what if I tweak this and that, and then look at that, I have a YouTube commentary channel that crosses his arms. Like fuck it, go ahead. Right? I'm not using it. But the only caveat, that's people use that word without being pretentious, is that for characters, not like, and this excludes the Gogo's Crazy Bones and Giro Fist and Cody, they're public domain, but for characters I want it to be Creative Commons BY, which means you have to credit me if you reuse my character models from robot underscore or in or any 3D models I put out for free in general. You have to credit me, and the thing is, I don't want you to have to credit me, but the problem is that what I want to protect my models from are people who try to take them and pretend they made them and then come back to me and be like, hey, you didn't make these, I made these, I own them now. And the only way to do that is to ensure that people credit me for characters, which is annoying. I probably won't enforce it that badly, but actually, maybe I should, to be honest. But the thing is, like I said, I don't want to have to enforce you having to credit me for using my 3D model characters, but I have to. Otherwise, people are gonna like take it from the use the public domain and be like, "Hey, this is mine now, bitch. I have the original file. You can't prove that you own it. Get fucked." Right? That would suck. But for everything else, like maybe environment assets, like a fucking teapot I made for one video or some other shit, fuck it, public domain. Use it for whatever. Is someone gonna pretend, hey, I made that teapot? It's like, it's a fucking teapot, right? Who fucking cares? Or maybe like a 3D scene, that'd be public domain, which means you can use it for whatever, you can make money with it, you don't have to credit me. But yeah, you can for the character 3D models I put out, excluding Angiru, Fist, and Cody, which I put out today for the 11-year anniversary, but all other 3D characters that I make for free, it would have to be Creative Commons BY license, which means you gotta credit me, and then you can do it for use it for whatever. I have to play it safe. I'm sorry. It's a nuisance, I know, to like credit people, and if you're like someone who like thinks everyone should be credited for everything, well, you know, that's good, right? Cool. Then you can see my thing here, but I don't want to push people into too much. I think I just think I can see how it can like annoy people to have to go back and like credit it, or maybe it is just easy as throwing my name in the description, you know. But you know, it's a it depends thing. And yeah, I just want, all I ask for is that people don't take my work and pretend they made it. That's literally it. Is, you know, and actually, I keep saying you know, and then actually when I don't have a sentence, I just finished my thought. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I want to mention. But yeah, bottom line, to wrap that all up, I want to eventually everything I make in 3D, on top of it being available to watch for free whenever, without restriction. Well, not whenever, wherever, without restriction for free. I just want to also share everything I ever did in 3D for free, eventually. Like, when it's like those 3D things have eventually established themselves in the world as my creation, so I don't feel like terrified of giving them out and people being like, hey, I made this, lol, I have the original file, lol, right? Or something. And, yeah, you can now download and Gearfist and Cody Blender 3D models on the robot_museum, which is linked in the description, or, since I'll be a fucking radio host right now, robot.wavetro.net. You'll see it like on the bottom row. It's like the white icon. It has a little red banner that says download 3D models here. So yeah, let me see if I missed anything. No ads on wavetro ever, no sponsors on wavetro ever. Maybe sponsors if I have to work for someone else, but never on my own thing. I use YouTube with ad blockers shamelessly. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Fuck ads. They're a fucking nuisance. Get rolled. Learning to respect it a little more since people can separate ad from creator. Yeah, you just donate to the creator. Can't escape it forever. Maybe. Okay, yeah, I'm. Oh wait, shit! I was actually reading the previous bullet point. My bad. Fuck, now the timestamps are mixed up a little. I didn't say anything crazy though, but anything crazy insightful. Okay, here I am. Yep. I found my place again. Eventually, I want to make everything free. Yada yada yada. Release. Okay, I actually want to go on a tangent now that I finished this section. So, tangent. Yes, I was full of myself with the Stickmen 2020 ending. So, with the Dat Boy video blowing up recently, getting like suddenly jumping up from 10,000 subscribers to 3,000 for whatever reason, I've been getting a lot of really great comments, which I'm really happy for. Like, a lot of people enjoying my stuff. Also getting a lot of weird comments. Like, what is it? On the repost of the Dat Boy video that has twice as many views, which I'm not bothered by the way. It's a shit post. If you repost it with a better title so people can find it, good on you. I don't care, right? On that video, the guy in the description put, hey, if anyone knows who made this, let me know. And I put in the comments, yeah, it's me. And so yeah, video stays up. People know where to find me if they want to see more of where that came from. All's good. But everyone in that fucking reply thread for when I said, yeah, it's mine, is acting like I committed the Holocaust or something by admitting that I made it. They're saying like, oh, why are you so obsessed with credit, bro? It's just a shit post. Your fault for giving it like a bad title. And it's like, I'm not like fucking. I'm literally telling you I'm fine with you reposting it and using it for whatever because I value it so little. I'm just responding to the guy that fucking asked me, hey, who made it? I did. Okay, cool. Move along with our day, right? So fucking what? But okay, so yeah, you have comments like that, and then you have mostly really nice comments, and then every now and then you get like a brutally honest comment, which is what you need. Like, that's the reason why I check comment sections. Like, I fucking need to look at that, right? And it's and there's this one on Bankrupt that said, you're really full of yourself, aren't you? And to which I say, yeah. Honestly, looking back on that, the news, you know, like the part in the Stickmen 2020 ending Bankrupt, where there's the news part where he's talking about like how the Stickmen Entertainment's in trouble. That had no right being as long as it did. I only kept it that long just because it was my way of like being like, okay, you know, like from SpongeBob. I'm sorry if you haven't watched SpongeBob, but I'll try to follow along with me here. You know, like in the one episode, The Chocolate, where the guy's like just running after SpongeBob and Patrick trying to sell them chocolate, and he's like going fucking mental, like chocolate, like he fucking needs it. That was basically me with the news section in like the Stickmen 2020 ending. It's like, oh my god, you watched this series that I made that I spent like 5 years making. Oh my god, thank you for watching. I've been like trying to find it for so long, find my group for so long, and I finally did it after all these years. Thank you. And it's just like this really. Obviously, if you've been around for the whole journey, like, yes, good job, you did it. And then, but if you're new there and you just see me doing this, and you're just weirded out, saying like, okay, thanks, I just found you. Could you calm down, right? That's why I was like full of myself, and like, you're absolutely right, because honestly, like I said, Stickman 2020 was just such a fucking blessing, because I didn't think I'd ever figure out a formula of getting original 3D to work with the YouTube algorithm in my way, right? And I did it. I figured it out. So that said, going forward, I just want to say I will be taking myself less seriously now that I've resolved this sort of fucking demon that's been haunting me of never being able to recapture the success that I had on my stop motion channel. It was so terrible. It's so weird. Like, you know, you make the Cooler Now Enter 3 thing when you're like 10 years old, you get like 1,300 subscribers. You try again with 3D, you're stuck at like 600, and it's just like destroying your ego until finally one day you get a Stickmen 2020 and you kick that stupid 10-year-old kid's ass in the face. Like, fuck you, past me. I did it. I did it again, and I did it my own way. Fucking Blender. It works. Fuck you. And so that was basically me just like, yeah. That's why the ending of Stickmen 2020 is just basically me venting. But yeah, now that I've had that demon past me and I feel more, feel a lot better about I feel more confident about myself now and open to try things again now that I've resolved that demon after all these years. I will be taking myself less seriously going forward, so don't worry, none of that weird, mushy, thank you for watching after all these years, oh my god shit going forward. It was just only for Stickmen 2020. Let's see, what else? That ends that tangent, I think. Yeah, okay, let's go on to this next one. Now, this one might sound terrifying, but just stay with me here, right? Let me just read out the title. I've thought about deleting my Discord server and my fear of people. Okay, so I'd be thinking, shit, I'm on the Discord server, I'm having fun. Why do you want to delete it? Oh my god, are you deleting it like the robot underscore one? Why? What are you doing? Okay, excuse me. Let me explain, right? Let me first start by saying, no, I'm not going to delete it. I'm actually not. You got clickbaited. Trolled. Wave trolled. Get rolled, right? I'm not going to delete it. But I genuinely thought about deleting it, like, multiple times. Especially recently, right? It's crossed my mind. I haven't, like, I'm not going to, like, ever fully commit to it, obviously. I can't delete it, because there's always this community that formed there. Even, like, during the robot underscore era. And, you know, they still need a home now, so the servers aren't going anywhere. Don't worry. The reason why I thought about deleting it is, yeah, where's my fucking paper? Oh wait, I was supposed to talk about first how I've been enjoying my time away from the server and how I'm distancing myself. Sorry, okay. Again, I've been enjoying my time away from the server and distancing myself, and I feel a lot better. Just because, I guess it goes into the fear of people first. My issue with Discord right now, and I guess the reason why you probably don't see a lot of YouTubers do the same thing, maybe they're just fooling themselves, I don't really know, but the reason why I've been, like, distancing myself directly from, you know, interacting with people on Discord and in my server is just because it just fucking pains me so much to make friends on Discord, and then you put them all in the same room, or you put them in the same group DM, or you've probably seen this with your own friends too. You have all these friends, and you try to put them all together, and they just fucking hate each other, and it's the worst shit. It's like, holy fuck, like I said, I enjoy talking to people one-on-one in DM so much, and like every time I open up their DM, I just think about like the long laundry list of all my other friends and say, yeah, fuck this person, I hate it because of this, and this, and it's like just dangling above our heads, but I just ignore it because, like I said, I think people are a lot more valuable, and you can see who they really are when you talk to them one-on-one, and not like a big fucking group setting where everyone's like high energy or stressed or some shit, right? But yeah, it's just like fucking gut-wrenching to like have situations like that where it's like, hey, oh my god, I love making all these friends, and then you see them like fighting. It's like, oh shit, oh fuck. And it's even worse when like maybe they want you to take a. I'm glad this probably. I don't think it's happened to me, but I'm glad it hasn't in recent memory that maybe it happens on like your server and like them being friends with you and having an argument. They say, hey, pick a side. Which one of us is right? And it's like, oh god, don't fucking make me do it, right? Holy god, no. And I guess that's kind of why I've been well, I mean, I think this is only a recent realization. I think I'm afraid of people just because all I want is to just, like, you know, make my stuff and the people enjoy it. And then things like, you know, if you say the wrong thing on Twitter, you're canceled and we will destroy everything you love. Or, hey, if you don't do this because I hate this other friend you have, we're not friends anymore, or something like it. Just like stuff like that just fucking terrifies me. And it's why some people be like, oh, you wishy-washy fuck, or even the political people, oh, you fucking centrist cuck. And it's like, man, I just want to live my fucking life. Like, look, I get it. I watched J-Reg's videos. They're good. I enjoy them, and they keep myself like checked in that area in general. But like, living a life of just like choosing a specific group's friends of interest and telling the rest to go fuck themselves is just a terrifying thought to me, because it's this permanent. Feels permanent. It's like this rash action that's like. I especially felt that happening in 2020, and especially still happening now with like sites like Twitter, where you start out as a normal person. And then you have these people who are starting to, like, radicalize themselves or, like, double down on their beliefs more. Maybe, become based or woke or whatever. And you start, like, saying, okay, I gotta cut off half my friends and I'm gonna stick with these till the end, like we're blood brothers. And it's like, no. Fucking stop, alright? It's all on Twitter. It's just text on a screen. Don't take it so seriously. But, you know, it's like, at some point, you still also gotta take it seriously to an extent, depending on what it is. And it's just this whole big mess. And it's just like, you know what? I really don't want to be that directly available to people. I want to help people. Like, I still, like, want to talk to people, like, one-on-one. But, like, the moment it goes, like, hey, join my group DM, or, like, hey, let's hang out with these other people, and it starts setting up this group setting, it's just, like, asking for trouble. You know? It's ugly. So where does that lead? Yeah, so that's also kind of why I've been distancing myself from the server. Not just because I'm addicted to, when I was using the server actively, I was addicted to it and, like, talking, like, 20 messages a day, and, like, every single person who wrote a message in that server, I made sure that I interacted with them once. Like, I love doing that, right? But I can't do it forever, and I've stopped doing it since. And it's also just because it's horrible to, like, if you want to, like, be someone who makes friends with everyone, and then they try to have everyone get along, you can't. You fucking can't. And it's the worst thing to see. And so I just don't want to be there to see any of it. So glad I have a really good server staff that, like, can like take reputational hits for them. Like, you know, it's like, server staff, they're a bunch of wet blankets, they're nerds or something. But it's like, it's why I'm also, like, such a fucking terrible, like, moderator in general, anything, because I just, like, want to let people have fun and just do the bare minimum to make sure no one gets hurt, but also, like, not restrict people's point of view. But, you know, there's only so far you can get with that with a server. And thank God there's server staff to, like, they're okay. They can sleep at night knowing that maybe Johnny1277 on the server called them stupid once because they deleted his meme and called them a lame ass or whatever, right? You know? But yeah, I can't. I don't want to be put in that spot, so I've just stopped interacting with my server in that sense. And seeing people still, like, go into these conflicts where they, like, go up to me in DMs like, hey, this and this happened. Like, of course I'll help you. Like, you know, I want to help you out and be a friend and all that. But seeing it just happen so much with the same group of friends over and over, and it feels like you're in high school. It's like, oh, it's like a fucking drama all the time and shit like that. Or maybe it's even worse than a drama. It's actually serious or whatever. It's just this headache, and that's why I thought, like, it's not enough for me to stop using this server. I gotta delete it. It's like, that's like a thought that's actually crossed my mind several times. But after a while, it's like, no, that's irrational, because it is. It's just like it's like a single incident that happens every now and then with, like shit like that, saying, hey, you're on your server, this and this happened, and you should stop this and that. And it's like people that I actually just want to leave alone. And it's, yeah, that's why I've genuinely thought about just nuking the server, but I can't, because honestly, stuff like that, it's just a drop in the bucket compared to all the fun people I've been having on there. Like, every time I do look on there and, like, lurk a bit, I can see, like, the same regulars along with new people getting along just fine, like 99.99999% of the time. And it's like, yeah, deleting the server would be a horrible thing to do, because, like, people like it on here. And, of course, like I said, if I ever do blow up too much and the server starts growing out of control, I'm going to not make the server public anymore and invite only to preserve that community, right? Because that shit's really valuable. There's a lot of people who don't have, maybe, friends anywhere else. And as stupid as it sounds, a Discord server can really be something that they really treasure in life as a place to hang out. And a lot of the times these servers kind of hinge on one person to function, like how, like, you know, when a company changes CEOs, it can become a completely different company, because at the end of the day, these like, servers and companies, I guess, and groups of things really are mirroring the actions, or soul's a stupid word, mirroring the persona of the one person running it, you know? It's like that shit show that happened when I closed down my old server and had everyone, okay, go split off into your own, but then, like, depending on who was owning it or who wanted to make something, there was always like conflict, right? Versus me, the stupid fucking hippie, right? So I'll keep that server around. I'll deal with whatever shit that still comes up in my DMs between friends. I don't like it. I really hate it, but it's worth going through the trouble as long as everyone else has a place that they like, you know? Because where else would they go? Okay, so we're not done with this timestamp yet, so let me see where we're going with that. Yeah, like I said, I've been drifting away. I'm trying to hide more info about myself now, just because, even though the inevitable doxing of me will happen one day, well, actually, not trying to hide info about myself. Like, obviously, I want to, like, well, actually, that's the next bullet point. I don't want to get into that too much yet, but thing is, like, I'm deciding what I want to start hiding about myself, and what I want to, like, keep people in the know of. Because obviously I don't want to, like, be this distant person that only uploads, like, every 3 months or something, right? That's, like, that just makes me come off as, like, this cold, distant entity that cannot be interacted with. When you can interact with me. More on that later. And, yeah, one of the things that's really been like, that's really been tripping me up is when I move out of New York, do I want to tell people where I moved to? And this doesn't just go for public in my server or whatever. This also goes for my friends that I've never met in real life, right? Because it's all connected. There's always some drama that'll echo even in the DMs or whatever. It's like, so I've been genuinely thinking, when I move to somewhere else, do I really want to tell people I've never met in real life where I'm living now? Like, is this a golden opportunity for me to have more distance from these conflicts that I just fucking hate having to put up with? But I have no clue what the answer to that would be yet. So, like, you know, if I move, obviously I want to make a video saying goodbye to New York and all that shit, because that's where I am right now, New York City. Giant-ass city that I can hide in, I'm not too scared of. But if I move somewhere small, maybe I'll say too much about myself, will I regret it? Should I just stay, like, quiet about where I go for forever? Don't I want to tell people where I am and share parts of my life, you know? That's a conflict I haven't figured out yet, though. But yeah, it goes back to me wanting to actually thinking about deleting the server before, for the reasons I've said earlier. Oh, need a deep breath. Talking so much. Let's see here. And the last thing, yeah, okay, so like I said, for everything I said before, I will not delete the server. I'll try to keep it up as long as I can. And yeah, to close this off with my fear of people, I just want to reset what I know about people. Like, I don't want to, like, go into DMs anymore, and anytime I get a DM from a friend who's maybe not on the server anymore, and I just remember the long laundry list of what other friends have said about that friend, you know, I don't want to fucking remember that shit anymore. I just want to talk to that friend as who they are, that friend, right? I know I'm, like, starting to parrot myself from what I said in the last video, but that's just, you know, that's just what I want, so hopefully I'll get that peace soon. Okay, let's switch up entirely. We are changing directions with, what's this one? Yes, social media bad, but why exactly? So yeah, everyone keeps saying, social media bad, it'll melt your brain, or whatever else, and at some point it's like people who still like using Twitter or whatever, it's like, yeah, or it's like, that's fucking stupid. Social media is fine, what are you talking about, right? And sorry about that weird breath. I'm genuinely running out of breath here. Let me grab some water and maybe shut up for a bit so I can catch up on some oxygen before I go into why social media actually bad, right? Water ASMR. Can't get that with the shitty mic. Okay. So I still think social media is actually bad, but no one really can point their finger on why. And I guess the reason why I wanted to segue from this into my last topic is because I think Discord is genuinely the best platform to talk to people in general right now. It's like an absolutely amazing setup of just having these communities that aren't directly connected to each other, so they can just, like, be their own places and not have to worry about having something on two audiences on Twitter crossing paths and starting a war or some shit, right? And it's even better if you can, like, just keep in contact with as few people as possible or as small groups as possible. Right? Discord is amazing for that. It's like, I use it, like, every single day, and I'm so glad I never have to think about Twitter again, right? It's fucking such a good thing, such a good service. And there's a reason why Microsoft wants to buy it for $10 billion, and also a reason why Zuckerberg, you know, the guy who owns Facebook and bought Instagram, there's a reason why he bought WhatsApp, a messaging service of all things. And the reason for that is that social media, as in having, like, a public interconnected presence, like Twitter, or I guess even a little bit of Instagram, not so much YouTube though, I'll get into that. Social media is just kind of a mess for humans in general, because we're not meant to interact with so many people at once. That's why that's why large group settings can sometimes bring out the worst in us. And the answer to that is not a brand new Twitter, like Parler or Mastodon or whatever, and I'm not using any of that stupid shit. The answer is just more decentralization. I know that's a stupid tech buzzword, but what I mean by that is, like, just the answer to social media is group chats, right? Whether that's a big one like the server or a small one with, like, friends to the point of just singular DMs, right? That's the way forward with the internet, because it's just so much healthier for people to just, like, you know, share things and have memories and all that than it is than the prestige of having your life moments put on this public pedestal for all to see. Granted, social media is still fine for, like, you know, if you have to get the word about works you want to make, or like you made a grand achievement and you want people to see it. It's just awful for interacting on there, because double. Oh, come on, how come I didn't get the awesome bonus for that? Come on, Superflight. You want me to go back to Fugal? I can do that, Superflight. I can go back to Fugal. That's much better. All right, forgiven. Where was I? Yeah, Twitter. Like I said, Twitter and Instagram and such are really good for just showing things to each other, but not like having conversations or interacting further than that, because it's just going to turn into this gigantic shit show of everyone firing their most extreme takes off just so they can be heard. Right? It's fucking toxic as shit. Sorry for using that word, right? Everyone uses like, oh, toxic, social media bad, I'm disappearing for 3 months and coming back to show my Twitch or something. No, it is bad, because for talking to people, because you know, like everything I just said. And, you know, I really honestly believe services like Discord are really the future of the internet when it comes to that matter. And I know that sounded fucking goofy myself, because this is the same Discord that has like the stupid ass furry admins that tried to legalize child furry porn on the site or whatever, like, or, you know, all those stupid memes. Like, obviously Discord itself is not the future, but things like Discord are. Right? Where was I going with this? Where's my paper? Oh, I have to go to the next page. Let's see if I can keep steering while I read this paper. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to mention before I move on is just that, like, this is mostly my issue with, like, Twitter and, I guess a little bit of Reddit and a little bit of Instagram. Not YouTube, though. I think YouTube, since you're sitting there to watch long videos anyway, it's expected for you to, like, go into detail and nuance, and you can have, like, complicated takes without worrying about trying to cram your voice into 280 characters in the hopes that someone will read it, right? YouTube is honestly a godsend in that regard. And whatever fucked up shit they do with their platform, given all the years of their history with that shit, honestly, I hope the core of it, which has been fine for these past few years, just stays the same, you know? It's like, it could have been worse with YouTube. Just like how I can still kind of use Instagram. It's like, hey, this is still owned by Facebook, and it's still a piss fight sometimes, but hey, at least it's not Twitter, right? Okay, so, yeah, humans were never meant to engage so many people at once. Everyone learns to stick to one side and kick out everyone else. I mentioned that earlier. Yes, nothing wrong with... there's this normalization of being stirred up into superficial hate mobs that can ruin careers and perceptions of people. It punishes people who are too... Yeah, that's a big one. This sort of shit like Twitter, and why social media for interaction is terrible, is that it punishes people who are too slow to form an opinion, or just want to see everyone get along. You may not agree with that second thing, but you can't argue with me on the first thing. You're being fucking unreasonable if, like, you're expecting people to immediately take a side the moment they hear something, like they're supposed to be, like, already having this intense moral compass or whatever, right? Because sometimes people change their minds about things, or maybe they're wrong about shit, and here you are saying, like, the very first thing you say to this issue I'm about to bring up to you will judge how I interact with you for the rest of time. That's fucking dumb. Fuck you, right? Everyone is going fucking insane. Yeah, well, I did lose my fucking mind using Twitter back in summer of 2020, which is why I left, and yeah, let's see. The answer is oh, I actually kind of already covered everything. Okay, so maybe I can wrap it around to this again. So yeah, the reason why Zuckerberg bought WhatsApp and why Microsoft is valuing Discord at $10 billion is because the future of communication on the internet is just platforms that encourage people to not be fucking terrifying, one-sided pieces of shit like Twitter have, right? And Discord is just the best platform to use right now. Every day, it's just, wow, it's really fucking good, you know? Despite all the shit they've done. It's whatever, right? Just fucking... The internet is so centralized on such a few websites anyway, it's impossible to get all your friends onto a single service anyway, so you might as well just accept Discord and YouTube for what they are. They're pretty good compared to everything else right now. And of course, that could change once better competition arrives later, but, you know, you can already tell that, you know, I'm not really a socialist at all with that word, but don't worry, I'm not like a fucking full-on, like, hey, you deserve to be poor if you don't figure out how your minimum wage job will pay you more or something like that. That's a whole other can of worms, right? I keep saying that shit, but, you know. Point being, it's okay to, as much as fucking J-Reg might tell you, it's okay to not be, it's okay to fucking be a moderate, alright? Because normal people are moderate. The only unhinged people that are bullying you to go all in on a single ideology are people who live their lives on Twitter and shit, so fuck that. Let's see. Section 2. Why did I put Section 230? What am I going to say about Section 230? I guess, like, it'll be upsetting if they repeal that, I guess. Why did I put that? I mean, yeah, once that's removed, then that'll make the internet a lot uglier, and hopefully, and I think I was trying to say that, hopefully if that happens, in the worst case scenario that does, will incentivize people to decentralize further, like, go through the trouble of using maybe obscure messaging apps or things that require more steps to set up for, you know, freer internet and all that shit. Yeah, it's starting to sound like buzzwords, I know, but that was a stupid bullet point. Like, I hope Section 230 doesn't get repealed, but why the fuck did I put that in? What does that have to do with anything? Oh yeah, that's the last thing I want to end this timestamp on, which leads me to my Twitter, right? I've had one poor soul at me on Twitter recently, which I only saw because I was logging in to send Jay Schlatt a message because I enjoyed his Chuckle Sandwich podcast so much lately, and then I saw this thing on the way in of just a guy saying, hey, your channel's blowing up right now, you should tweet something. And I don't think he noticed the gigantic pinned tweet that says, I'm not using Twitter anymore, right? Of course I still use it for, like, the DMs I want to send to people, because, like, you know, I'm surprised that Schlatt even fucking followed me on Twitter, because I was in his Discord before his YouTube blew up, so I'm happy he still remembers me and all that shit, right? But, yeah, as for I can't excuse the rest of, you know, Twitter for my account and all that shit, and for everything I've said before. But the thing I've been thinking about lately is just, like, hey, there's still people who can use Twitter normally, and who can use it, who have the fucking willpower. You're superhuman if you can do this, by the way, who have the willpower to just ignore these stupid unhinged people that want to make you one-sided on everything, right? And it's just like, well, if those people like using Twitter and still want to keep using it for reasons like that and see nothing wrong with it, who am I to deny them? Like sure, I won't upload maybe I won't upload my videos directly to Twitter, but maybe I could just have it auto post upload notifications, so at least people who still like using Twitter can, you know, still be in the know. It's like maybe they don't like using YouTube in general unless they really have to, or they're given a YouTube link, and you know what? Fine. Maybe I could do that, right? But I'm not sure yet. Obviously it wouldn't happen for a while, because I'm not uploading for a while, but I've been thinking about just turning my Twitter into a husk of auto-reposting video uploads, or just like maybe post on a blog or something if I want to go that route, right? And then just have a pinned tweet that say, hey, I don't read mentions, I don't read replies. If you need to get a hold of me, I check my email, just go look at that. Otherwise, this Twitter account will auto-post stuff from me, and that's it, right? Because who am I to deny people of options? But, yeah, and honestly, I want to do the same thing with Instagram, too, because even though I've enjoyed Instagram more lately, I don't want to give it too much credit. It's still owned by Facebook and shit, right? Maybe I'll make that an auto-posting thing, too, because I barely interact with people on there anyway. Might as well keep that train going in that regard, and just stick to Twitter, Discord, not Twitter. Just stick to Discord and email and whatever else, and YouTube. Yeah, my days usually consist of a whole lot of Discord and YouTube. I barely play games anymore. Let me see what else is here. Okay, next timestamp. So recently in my Discord server, someone, I think it was Essex, right? He pinged me and say, hey, why don't you stream? And I wanted to turn this into a whole discussion of why I don't stream, because I've thought many times, and I've tried to rethink my opinions on it many times about me starting streaming, right? And because I keep thinking of ideas like, hey, what if you did stream? What if you did play this video game and interacted with people and collected donations and subscribers and all that? What if, right? You could probably do it. Why not? And it's like, and then the answer is like, oh, you know, I have really shit temper at video games, which is a real issue that I have, and I really hate talking about it, but oh, it's going to be bad if I actually mauled on a fucking stream for entertainment, or it's like, oh, what if I do some dumb shit like leak my address or something, or, oh, I can't control, like, what if I accidentally forget to turn off my Windows notifications and somebody sends me an offensive meme and it pops up on the screen, or, you know, all these little factors that you can't control in a live environment, right? It goes back and forth in my head saying, you could do it, but no. Maybe this? No. And then after a while, by the time, thankfully, I figured it out by the time Essex pinged me with that message, is that my answer is no, I will not stream, and here's why. So obviously, you know, it's a really appealing idea, right? There's so many. There's a big reason why people in like I'm gonna call them friends of Gus Johnson and Ian Cum, right? And Nakey Jakey. What is it? Eddie Burback. Even though I don't watch them that much anymore, there's a reason why all of them are going to Twitch now. It's because it's, you know, people want to interact with them directly like that, and they can make money off of it. Then so be it. They'll go and do that, right? But how come I don't want to do that? And it's just because it's the same issue I have with me, and why I don't want to have ads and sponsors on my videos. And you're thinking, what? That's stupid. You're literally getting donations, and you're also literally getting paid with subscribers. Why not? And the answer is because Twitch really only works because you watch Twitch streamers for one thing only, and that's their personality. I mean, I hope. Maybe you're watching a speedrunner or something, but I hope you're not watching Bunny Among Us, ooh, Red Sus type shit still, right? But you watch it for the personality. And I hate to say it, but even though this stuff I do on Jinjo Gaming right now is around my personality is not the best thing about the stuff I make, right? I like to keep my work separate from who I am. I like my work to stand away from who I am as a person, usually. And streaming kind of goes against that, and the fact that I am the entertainment now, not what I want to write about or talk about. It's me, right? I am the person that I am monetizing for Twitch subscriptions and donations, and that just feels really weird. Like I don't want to ever be in a situation like that, unless it's like, let's say I fucking get a job for someone, and you're like, hey, you have to be the guy that runs the Twitch or something. Like, well, okay, shit, I guess if it's just my job, then fuck it, I'll go do that. But I don't want people to like associate it with me in general or what I actually want to make, which is stuff with the wavetro name, right? So, oh, what the fuck is? Ooh, this one's weird. It's rotating and shit. So I'm just not comfortable monetizing my personality and making myself so public in like, what is it? Excuse me, it's an ugly ass burp. Like, I'm live. Like, you are talking to me directly, and you see how I am on an average, in person, like on an average conversational basis. I don't get to edit what I am saying. I don't get to write and record and practice what I want to make sure people take home from my videos, right? It's just me, unfiltered, and just right there, live. And it's like, that's terrifying, right? What if I say something or do something that I change my mind about later? And I don't mean like PewDiePie Bridge. I mean like, I say some hot take and then suddenly it's following me around forever or whatever, even if I change my mind about it. It's just permanent. And it's like, I hate to say it, but I just don't function well when I have to improvise on the spot with one take and no take-backs, right? Like even with this right now, I know I'm talking and like you get to see who I am as a person, but there's a reason why it's not my main thing. I can still edit this if I accidentally like say my social security number or something, on top of the fact that just having the ability to like have a distance between people seeing the work versus when I finally decide to publish it. I can change my mind if I decide that, no, actually, the Superflight video will not be going up. I actually have the option to stop and think before I put it out there. You don't get that with streaming. Streaming, you're just literally saying, hey, I exist as a person. Give me money if I'm good enough, and anything I do or say will be out there forever. And not only that, it's just that this instant it comes up in my brain and I say it, then it's recorded. It's the content. It's right there. Versus, you know, having the actual time to just stop and think carefully and edit carefully what I want people to take away from me. And you might be thinking, isn't that dishonest? If you're an honest person, certainly you'd make a great streamer because then we'd see who you are as a person. And it's like, yeah, I get that, right? Obviously, that's why people like XQC do so well, because like he's just such a weird, interesting person. He's like a fucking alien with everything he interacts with, because like he's acting like he's never seen it before, or he just talks funny because English is his second language, all that stuff, right? And like, no, I totally get that, right? If obviously, well, actually, if you're legitimately guilting me into streaming, right? Because I'm just not comfortable with. I hate to say it, but sometimes what I say in the moment might be not who I am, or who I want to be. Because obviously, everyone still grows and changes as a person over time. And props to you if like you can do that and still feel confident that literally every single word out of your mouth, every single second of the waking day still represents who you are. But growing up on the internet, and especially growing up and seeing Twitter turn to shit, it's terrifying to see how every single thing you ever say could be used against you, versus just talking with a friend and then maybe you say something they don't like and they hate you, but then you just sort it out with that friend alone. No one else saw it, no one else is there to take it out of context, just using that friend. And you can go to that individual friend and say, hey, I'm sorry about that, and they can forgive you and all that, right? You're allowed to change and be forgiven. On the internet, well, specifically with streaming, once it's out there, and it can be taken out of context, it can be warped into this, it'll follow you around forever, it's there, and that's fucking scary. So, sorry if it seems weird that, I'm not comfortable with having literally every single thing come out of my mouth not be stopped by me first saying, well, hey, do I want to say that first? But that's just how it is, alright? Just how I see it. I'm not comfortable with just being in a setting where anything I do or say instantly without ever getting a chance to think back if it was a good idea is out there, right? But like I said, people who still use Twitter, if you still stream, if you stream in general, props to you that you don't have that fear, because I have that fear. So, yeah, and that's why I don't stream. Right. So there's a way I want to resolve this, because then you can see in the timestamp it says what I would want to do instead. Right. Let me make sure I got all my bullet points before I get into that. Anger issues with SRB2K. Yeah, this is a really shame that I couldn't get into SRB2 card, like the fucking little rage baby I am, having my view of the entire game shattered just because I'm not as good as I thought I was. But you know, it's just depressing, and kind of also why I don't really like playing video games that much, right? Yeah, with SRB2K, and especially with Hollow Knight streams I used to do on my old name, where I genuinely have rage moments and people would be there to watch it live and either feel disgusted that they see me raging over pixels on a screen, or feel entertained and want me to rage even more, which is also bad. Right, I've thought about more staged non-gaming streams like German. Oh yeah, I've thought about like how I know there's some Twitch viewers who like shame streamers for like having a planned content thing or whatever. Like, oh, this is scripted, aha, staged. This is you had this before time. That ruins the magic of streaming or whatever, right? And it's like, yeah, but what about people like Germa, who I remember seeing the last stream I saw from that guy. He was in the middle of the fucking Nevada desert, mining for. He was digging in the rocks just as a stream, and I thought, hey, that's sort of like it's like a premise that was set up, right? It's like, it's technically scripted, even though what he literally says isn't scripted, like how he interacts with the set he builds isn't scripted, but it is still technically scripted versus the absolute pure Twitch form of, hey, I didn't plan this at all, I am who I am a honest person, let's just open up whatever game and see what happens, right? And you know what? I get it, right? But I still think Germa is still great in his own right, for even if he does shit like scripted things, and especially in my case where I only feel comfortable with my best work being scripted, right? And all the Twitch viewer peers would be like, oh, I don't think we can really trust you anymore. And it's like, okay, fine, I'm sorry, right? It's just, I'm sorry, but there's people out there who genuinely want to like stop and think and take back things they said before, right? Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I'm still finishing my bullet points before talking about, because it is a great point to suggest streaming to me, because there is something that I want to do instead of streaming that is sort of accomplishes the same goal as streaming, or what people who make a living on the internet do to make a living on the internet, right? Someone commented on the last. Oh, I'll get to that. Okay, actually, I can get into this next point now. So, what do streamers get right that I don't? Why do people go, oh, you put so much effort in your content, I wish it got more views? But there's a reason why I don't deserve those more views, right? It might sound brutal, but honestly... Oh, fuck, I'm running out of breath again. Water ice. The reason why, right, is simply because I don't post enough. And people might think, oh, but you do quality versus quantity, right? And I think, and the thing I've learned over the years is that quantity versus quality doesn't exist. Your stuff will have quality of an amount, and it will not be related to the quantity at all. And if you have a low quantity when you post on the internet, in a world where I don't know how many, a billion people on the internet are trying to make themselves heard and be seen, you only hurt yourself by not prioritizing quantity. Because not only is quantity giving you a bigger footprint to be noticed on the internet. Quantity also doubles as practice to get better. Quantity leads to quality. You want quantity, right? And that's why I've also learned to, like, embrace YouTube's decision of prioritizing watch time, because, like, yeah, it makes sense, because, like, you need more quantity to stick out in the sea of all these other voices of people out there. And if you just make one masterpiece and then never do anything again, no shit, you're gonna be forgotten, right? Hate to say it. And so, where's I going with this? I forgot if I was going somewhere with that. But my point from saying all that is I think I lost it. Christ, I keep running out of breath. The point I was trying to say with that is that, yes, I should be uploading more often when I come back. Like, obviously I had my own reasons for disappearing after making the math problems guy video for Stickmen 2020, because I was having trouble figuring out where I was in general. But I should not have the mentality of making one masterpiece at a time and putting them out there and then disappearing for months on end. I'm only hurting myself, and hurting myself from all the people that could find me. And what I should be doing is just focusing on quantity, so I learn how to also work faster and get better, and also have everything I do that I like make become just part of my online presence. And because, you know, people like to see you grow, because like I know there's obviously, to an extent, I want to filter what I put out there and make sure it's my very best self, not like misleading who I am, but like the best parts about myself and not the flaws that I'm still working on about myself. But also, just like, I don't want to repress myself too much to the point of, hey, I'm going to literally say nothing about myself and upload once a year. I'm a mystery, right? I don't want that. Like, I go out of my way to explain to people, hey, I'm going to disappear until 2022. I don't just go, hey, I'm disappearing, bye, right? Because I'm obsessed with keeping people in the know in that sense. And so, if I'm obsessed like that, then I might as well try to upload as much as I can and just maybe lower my standards a little bit for what I make, because knowing me and my picky ass doing 3D for years, I will still find some way to make what I put out polished, even if I force myself to work faster and put out more. There's only benefits to just like prioritizing quantity, and it's also why the guy Beeple, who like sold his crypto art shit for $69 million, got to where he is, because all he focused on was quantity. He's like, quality, I don't give a shit. And then next thing you know, his stuff has quality, but he can also have that quality much faster versus trying to get your masterpiece right the first time. This is also something I've been telling, what's his face? I don't know if I want to name drop him, but okay. And actually, no, I'll mention it just because like I want him to succeed. I'm not calling you out like this. I'm just saying I've told you this before, and I hope you've taken it to heart, because I hope he's launching it soon. But with the guy on my server, B-Man, right? If you're watching this, hi dude. I really hope you remember to just stick to quantity, right? Don't obsess over a single video so much, right? Just get it out there, and all the things that you will, and all the things that you were worried about getting wrong from not treating every single video like a masterpiece, it will become second nature to you as you just keep practicing with quantity, right? So that's the one thing I will take away from streamers. Streamers are excellent at just having their presence constantly known, because they're always putting stuff out there. And I need to always start putting stuff out there, so, you know, people will always know where I'm at, right? Instead of just forgetting me and then remembering 3 years later, whatever happened to Stickmen 2020? Because that's a shame, right? I don't want to be just like this mysterious nobody that no one can ever talk to. I just want to be, you know, I want to be out there, and the way to do that is just quantity. So, no, I will not live stream, because I don't feel comfortable being in a live setting. And like I said, all that shit with sponsors and subs and whatever, like, if it's my job, I'll do whatever, because I know I can keep that separate from wavetro, and that's not what people really want me to see me as, right? But I should revel in the fact that these streamers are so successful, and other people are so successful, because they put out the most stuff out there, and they let people see them grow over time. And, you know, I should take on that same mentality when I come back to YouTube. But the reason why I'm not coming back to YouTube right now is because I promised people I'd come back with K-Folder. That is a promise I have to hold myself up to, and I do not want anyone's upload notification on the wavetro channel to be anything other than K-Folder 2, right? I'm not coming back until I have something new for it. So, that in mind. Oh yeah, that goes into, like, on the last Superflight video, somebody commented, I already responded, but somebody commented why I don't post these videos on my main channel. Why can't this be wavetro? Why can't this be, what you want, and it's what you want to be known as? And it's like, I mean, it's not really what I want to be known as. I have bigger ambitions for how I want the internet to remember me. And even though this is great, I just only want it to be part of me, which is why I'm only putting it on this second channel. And it's also just because it sticks out like a sore thumb, given how much more of this I can make, and it'll drown out all the animations I put, like, all my fucking heart and soul into for hours, so that's why I keep it separate. But you are absolutely right that I need to somehow make my animation, or whatever I do on the wavetro channel, work in a higher quantity sense. Because, it's a shame if I don't. It's just a shame if you decide to just put all your eggs in one basket on one video at a time and just disappear for 3 months every time, you know? Yeah. So, how do I wrap that all up? Because I think that's everything. So, yeah, I don't want to stream. I've already said the reasons why multiple times, but I do want to start, when I come back, I do want to just post as much as I can and not worry about the quality so much, because the quality will show through no matter what. It'll be there. People will see it, because, yeah. And why did I put this bullet point here? Just with something with freestanding and effort/polish. Yeah. I should just keep lowering my standards and focus on quantity when I come back to wavetro, because people will enjoy just seeing me a lot more rather than seeing me never, only for super highly polished stuff, because I don't want to be a stranger. I hope that's not like a song lyric or anything. It sounds like someone's already said it. It's like, oh, love me, oh, Damien. It's like, no, don't do that, please. I'm just a guy on the internet, like, I'm for like 99% of people watching this, I don't really know you, but I really want to just, you know, be as much as a friend as I'm able to be, right? Because there's only so much I can do. So, obviously, this also goes into parasocial relationships. Don't get ever too attached to someone, and don't ever, like, especially don't see me as like a hero or something. Like I said, I am a guy with flaws, and I'm still figuring it out. I'm just gonna stop this timestamp here, because, let me just get on to the next one already. Oh, wait, that's it, I'm on the last one. Oh, thank God. I was afraid I'd be sitting here for 2 hours like the Fugal one, but yeah, good thing I cut, like, all the stuff I was talking about in half then, because what I want to talk about now is, enough about me. I'll become the weekly slap now. That's right. So, speaking of posting more often, like, when I come back to wavetro, yes, I want to post more often, to the point where this second channel doesn't feel like it has to be the only regular interactions you have with me. In fact, maybe in an ideal world, this second channel will start collecting dust, because I will post frequently enough on wavetro for people to feel like they're, you know, they know me more, right? But at least I can do until then is to post on here, and you know what? It's not going to cut it if I'm going to spend 1 to 2 months between these videos that, you know, I'm making, and might as well, you know, have a little fun with the Jinjo Gaming. So, remember the weekly slap? It's that thing Jay Schlatt did where he, like, because he really likes watching Woody's Gamer Tag. I haven't watched him, but I've been watching the weekly slap where every week he fires up his video game or something and records himself playing it while he talks to people that just email him stuff to talk about, right? You need advice from me? You want to just ask me my opinion of something, stuff like that? Then yeah, let's do that. And it'll be shorter videos, and, you know, hopefully every week. So, you know, that was called the weekly slap. I'm not gonna call my shit the weekly slap. It's just like unnamed series on Jinjo Gaming or whatever. But whatever the case, thank you for watching this far, because now I'm gonna tell you about this thing, right? Because you might be the very first person to be part of it. So, on the screen right now, right there, that's an email address. If it's blurred, that means it's probably changed with this series has ended, but if you send emails to this address saying hi to me or whatever you want me to talk about, I'll talk about it. You want me to talk about, are you struggling in something with life right now? Email it to me and I'll tell you my thoughts. You want my opinion on something? Email it to me, I'll also tell you my thoughts on that. And whatever you email to me, I will keep everyone anonymous. So, your secrets are safe with me. I will not be showing what the name, who commented whatever, well, not commented, who emailed me whatever. It's all anonymous, and yeah, just say hi, because like I said, well, actually I didn't say it yet. While that email stays on screen, I just want to say how I think a lot of people don't realize that people are more approachable than you think. And I don't mean like streamers that have their Twitter DMs turned off and their inbox filled to shit because they get so much fucking communication. But I mean, like, for most other people, like especially me, if you just email them or say hi to them, chances are they'll say hi back, and there's no harm in doing that. And I think it's a shame that even though I don't want to use Twitter anymore, and I don't really, oh shit, and I don't really like being on Discord servers, I still wish people, you know, I wish I could still talk to people, because I like talking to people, and you should just say hi to me however you want with this email here, and every week I'll just take your email, crop out the name, and I'll play Superflight while talking about it, you know? Okay, what, did I miss anything? Yeah, like I said, don't get too attached to me. Like I said, I'm just some random guy on the internet, right? Yeah, I still want people to like know me more than just, hey, that's the 3D guy, and then they just either forget about me or just like I just disappear from their like recent memory for a while until they remember me again 3 years later. You know, like I said, so the quantity thing. It's a shame to just, you know, not to try be more accessible, because, you know, it's on me for not telling people more. Hey, you can talk to me whenever, right? I mean, I can't guarantee a response to every single email, right? But and I also yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I can't guarantee a response to all emails because there's some weird. I remember the only email I've ever ignored on wavetro, I think, was someone emailed me, "Can you do a face reveal?" I thought that was weird, but sorry if that was you. But whatever the case, I still want to just be as much of a help to people as I can, you know. So yeah, thank you for watching. I think I'm gonna start closing it up. Let me make sure I got all my bullet points here. Email should still be on the screen, or a giant blur. Actually, no. Actually, no. The fuck it. Hey, guy, George, in the future, when you're editing this, don't keep the email on screen for too long, because if I'm actually have to blur it, then it'll get annoying to like. It'll just be this really annoying blur forever. So, let me see. Yeah, I hope to fix like this sort of like, if you've been afraid to say hi to me or approach me because I seem busy, I hope I'm fixing it with this sort of idea I have. Just rewinding the video with the email address and say hi, and next week, oh excuse me, I'll pick out a few and we'll talk about it. Let's see here. Shit, I'm burping now. Must be breakfast. Yeah, I'll tell you what I know as a guy who's done a lot of 3D and still can't get a job. So yeah, always remember this. It never hurts to try to talk to someone online. You know, they could be a lot more approachable than you think, and they might be willing to just help you out more than you think they are busy or something. None of those words made sense. I'm terrible at structuring that sentence, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this Superflight video. Thank you for watching as always, because I know it's, if this, ideally I should be recording this as if nobody's watching. You've got to be making videos that you want to make, but I know people watch it, so I can say that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna end the recording here. Let me crash here. What the fuck? Let me crash. Oh, this is pretty actually. Oh, nice. Let me fucking crash though. Actually, damn it. That would have been cool if I. I was playing on a controller, by the way. That was a lot better controller than my fucking keyboard. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you next week.